What's going on, guys? It's time for a more thoughtful video from Jinx Did Nothing Wrong, and I kind of wanted to just touch on some things, and I'm going over here to the monthly. I think that it's really important that we keep our eyes and keep in discussion the monetization that they are doing currently in the game. And I am, as you guys know, let me paint a full picture here, and it's not that I'm trying to talk for a jillion years. So the monthly just reset, right? So these are the brand new rewards, and now we have a little bit, not a full bit, but a little bit of a full a little bit, not a full bit, but a full but we have an idea of how all these things work, right? So wild fragments, we're very accustomed to that. Custom blessings are the level up stuff. ASO fragments, I'm pretty sure a lot of us OGs kind of wish that this was gone, right? And a lot of times this was just extra, what is the other resource? So we've already kind of had that, so we were just getting that currency and kind of stacking that up. I was going on Reddit, and a lot of people seem to are like, screw it, damn, I just started playing the ASO fragments. I really wish that they were there because I just started playing and now it's gonna take me forever. I think someone was saying it takes about 4 months. Obviously when I scroll down now is to fully max out ASO, because first you have to unlock them, right? You unlock them, the bundle's gone, you unlock them, and then you have to get his little parts. He doesn't take wild fragments, so you know, he was a different type of weird monetization thing. So it's going to take you now longer to get ASOL fragments, though ASOL doesn't really need too much help. Once you get him unlocked at I think even like level 1 or 2, I think he just like starts to really win. And for most of us, we kind of get bored playing him because of how strong he actually is. It's really fun for that first couple runs to just clear out something, or when you're playing the when you are doing the monthlies, it's really good to have him as a NOBL. But if you guys are from mobile games, which is where I kind of want to talk about this, Riot is kind of taking the mobile game route, and this is very mobile game-esque to me. These rewards are very like, you get something good, but you don't get anything too amazing. I really want to talk about that because that's what's kind of messing me up. So Silver Star Vessel, you get a Platinum Vault. Now the Platinum Vaults, any vaults that you see, that's just fragments, right? That's champion fragments, which are amazing, right? Fragments are pretty good because that's what we use for the constellations. And then you have this thing, which is this. These are the gemstones, right? So I have 50 Bandle gemstones, right? Where is it? It should say 50 Bandle gemstones. And then you have the star crystals. And then you have the Nova shards. And then you have the Nova crystal. My thing is that there's nothing that says that you get a Nova crystal. What I honestly would have preferred is the only Nova crystal I got was from actually buying that one of the welcome packs or something like that, and they gave you a P&Z Nova crystal. So everyone has the ability to either fully level up Jinx, or well, not fully level up, but they can level up Jinx or Echo at the moment. Those are the two ones that are P&Z. You can hold on to this and be like, I'm gonna wait for the next champion. The other twos aren't impactful enough. So I got all these really Nova shards, I got all the star crystals, I got all this stuff. So I'm looking to obviously fill out my constellations as much as I can. And it could be one of those things where it's like you're gonna get it eventually, just relax. But there's no, just to go quickly down to the bottom, there's absolutely no Nova crystals, or there's not even a thing in here that guarantees a Nova crystal. From what I can understand is that there's absolutely nothing in these things that guarantee you a Nova crystals. For 70 wins, which is a lot of time, I would have thought that they would give you a Nova crystals. Now some people, I actually saw people in the Reddit, which was blowing my mind, that there was a person, let me find it actually, and this is the post that I found, and it really made me like think about, like, are people really upset? Are they happy about this thing? It was a really good post by Delta Liam here, and it seems like most people were kind of like saying it's good, but it needs to be better. Major gemstone vessel, why is it minor? For 70 wins, I just feel like, because monthlies in mobile games are usually like, you are basically getting the last reward is something so juicy. It's so juicy that you do it a lot. And actually what's really crazy is that a lot of times in mobile games, the monthly, they have like 2 monthly rewards, right? So eventually I'm assuming they're going to do this because they're more copying mobile game tactics more so than actual roguelike tactics, because most roguelikes don't have a monetization scale to it. Most roguelikes are about playing an adventure or instant multiple times in order to get a certain to yield a certain result out of it. Really important, I wanted to mention here, and just so you guys know, I'm just gonna plug this slightly. I have a roguelike channel that I will be releasing, and I could tell you from playing a bunch of roguelikes that they don't really do stuff like what they're doing here. Like most roguelikes are, you play it a bunch of times and then you're good. I don't think that, I feel like just grinding wise, that's not what Path of Champions currently is, which it should be. You should be grinding heavily, and then maybe, I know that cosmetics clearly didn't work for this game, but like, this just feels weird. Like, it feels weird as a person that really like roguelike games. Like, I want to just go on Runeterra and then play it and play it and play it, and every time I play it, I get better and better and better. And since they're doing it with the mobile aspect of it, that technically you have this weird thing where it's like, oh, you can only get so much a day, you can only do this, and now this is the monthly. So there was a comment here that I wanted to point out where someone said something about the crystals. Hold on. This one from Yabbity Yakety, and you can read the whole thing, but it's right here. It says maybe a Nova Crystal. So I'll read this last sentence. It feels like if I gave 5 vessels for 100, I would feel more worthwhile as a completion reward. I agree with that. It may seem like a lot. That I don't agree with, but it's once a month and basically the only endgame challenge besides Lysandra. I agree with that. So it would feel special. Maybe a Nova Crystal. I think that the thing is that it should be a Nova Crystal, because if you think about a monthly reward, right? So every month you get one of these, and they give you one of them off the bat if you spend money. So if we're talking about, this is the free-to-play grind. This is the free-to-play grind. So my issue with this is that free-to-play, from what I can tell as of right now, has absolutely no way to guarantee getting Nova Crystal. So that should have been the one way to do it. And why do I say that? Is because there are literally 20 of these, right? So like, they announced 20 constellations, 6-star constellations. So there is, I don't need to go through the list. And guess what? They said that we're doing more of them. We're gonna have more. So what's crazy about even 20 is that is more than a year. So even if you were to give out one Nova Crystal and you can, I guess, have it random, which would be even worse, which again, I don't even want to say, I guess, have it random. It should be a rotating one, right? So one month it's PNZ. So it's guaranteed you're getting a PNZ one, and then you can even want to say, oh, well, the people, they'll grind for it anyway. Oh yeah, you know, I already did Echo, I already did Jinx, but hey, I'll hold on to this one because who knows, they might unleash another, they might do Janna, so I'll just hold on to that crystal, you know, or they might, I don't even know if there's another PNC person in here, but they might add another one. Seraphine might come in. Oh, is there? Boom, Vi. I feel like there was another one. Oh, then boom, Teemo, I feel like they'll be bandled. Whenever they're joint, there's just bandle. There's a lot of bandle in this. Bandle, Yuumi, Teemo, Gnar, obviously Vex is another one. So I feel like at the very least, Nora just straight up bandle. So I feel like at the very least there should be a guarantee get one. And if I'm being even more on my stuff, I think that it should be a wild card one. So it actually doesn't matter which one you choose. It should be a wild Nova Crystal, just as a way that the wild fragments replace the need to have a specific thing. So like, as you can see, I'm at 25 at the moment. And if you have half and half, I'll go back to Nora here. Nope, not that way in that. Go down here. So you see here, it's like 20 because those are my wild fragment. Oh no, sorry, that's how many fragments she has. If I had enough, it would actually clear out here. So it should be something called a wild Nova Crystal, and it should be it's interchangeable. And then there's the ones that you can get randomly from the packs, and that should be the one. The reason why, and that this is going into the realm of RNG progression, which is completely and utterly, oh, I'm like on the wrong screen, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to do that. This is completely and utterly against what a roguelike is. Progression is what roguelike is embodying. It's what makes the roguelike fun. It's when I'm going to these screens, and to be fair, it's obviously they're doing it in a different way. Like, this is how many champions? 57 champions. Most of the time when you start off a roguelike, they don't have 50 options. If you really pay attention to that gameplay style, that game mode, whatever you want to call it, they're usually like 3, 4, you know, something of that nature. There's like a couple very unique, very unique, focused characters, and they kind of already had the groundwork built with using a existing really successful PvP card game, right? So like, now they just switched it into PvE. They're going the roguelike route, which is great, but they're kind of missing the whole aspect. Like, do you know how long it will take me to finish out Viego? Like, if I have to use all my like, if I just want to focus on one thing, because you really can't focus on multiple, because then you just end up with a dash of a unit, right? You don't really have a really solid unit. You really want to focus on one maybe finish it off. And that's how most roguelikes are built. That's how most mobile games are built. You focus on one of your strongest units. The strongest units will then carry you. And the other problem is that most of the time for a lot of us, since they haven't added any new, stronger, harder content, if you really want to beat Lissandra, you can really beat Lissandra. If you really want to beat Aesol, you can really beat Aesol. And same thing with Galio, I think is the challenge below it. Those the 3 hardest challenges in the game are easily doable. The monthly challenges are easily doable once you get your account level up. The only problem is if you are just starting out, then it's a pain. You're just supposed to finish as high as you go, which is even crazier, because then it goes back to my other statement, is that you pretty much can't even get to 70, right? Which I don't feel like that's a fault of the game itself. If you're just starting out, you shouldn't be expecting to finish endgame content. Like, it's actually really hard to get to 70 wins, and that's why, again, why I feel like the reward should be better. It should be worth it. It should be worth your time. And a lot of this stuff is just kind of random. And I know that the old one had some random stuff in there, but it was fine. All of the currencies that you were getting made sense to what was going on. You made legitimate progression in your account. But the other issue here is that the vault could give me, for example, a champion that I already have maxed out. So Annie did really well in the last couple of videos. I'm like, oh man, it would be cool. She's 6-star. Look how strong she is with this 6-star build. And at the end of the day, if I get Annie shards, all they do is give me the purple stuff. The purple, I don't even know what the hell it's called, but they give me that purple stuff, and all I can do with the purple stuff is either get a Spirit Forge, buy more of these, even though a couple of the packs give you a ton of them. The minor gemstone vessel, which gives us the gemstones, which are kind of They're necessary, but they're not as good. And these are the main things. And then of course the gold record, which is 3,000. So every time you get a duplicate of a fragment, of a champion fragment, they just give you this currency. I don't even know what do they even call it, because I used to buy this. You guys know I've said this multiple times. I would always buy this, and I would even re-up my money to buy the fragments. But since if I get a bunch of fragments, especially for the 6-star constellations, they offer me Kai'Sa. I was really tempted to take Kai'Sa, like put more money into the game and get Kai'Sa. Now they're offering me Vayne. That pretty much this will be the better way to get fragments, because once you 3-star any of the other ones, they're gonna start giving you fragments, options for fragments that you can only buy, because you're not gonna put in this shop, and I think it's specifically made to do this, by the way. They're not gonna put in the shop any of the options that don't have anything. So if I were to fully 3-star all of the non 6-star units, right, they're gonna forcibly have to give me options that are gonna be the 6-star units, and that's again me paying money. I think at the time I was spending about $35 a pop, a clip, to just to kind of get my fragment collection up. That's what I was doing. But now I kind of don't want to do that, because then these vaults lose value. And so I just wanted to have a video kind of talking about the reward system. I still think and I know why they're doing this, by the way. It's because of monetization. The minor gemstone is in the shop for another currency, so they wanted to give you 2 different ways to get it. And they also don't want to give you 2 greater rewards, because if they give you 2 greater rewards for free to play, there will be no incentive for you to spend money. They're doing a lot of techniques and tactics that are very synonymous with mobile games, and it's just kind of sad. Like for a roguelike, I really do enjoy. I still enjoy the game, but I do think that we need to constantly, whenever something new gets implemented, monetization wise or grinding wise, we need to talk about it. We can't just let it like kind of say, oh well, it's just fine. Now I also want to just briefly talk about the rewards. We should also talk about that. So they did increase this, so you're getting more wild fragments every day. You should be doing this every day. This is temporary. This is temporary. Sorry, this is weekly. The Portal Warriors, so you get a gold thing, vault, and guess what? Vaults are only, again, fragments. That's it. They're only fragments. So you're not going to get a Nova Shard from there. There might be a Nova Shard at the end of these when you replay all the older adventures. This is a Golden Requiem, which is really good, right? So we're going to get a epic relic here when I win 100 adventures. And adventures is the entire thing. Adventures is not like a battle inside of the thing. It's an entire thing. Similar to this. Win battles, and this is win adventures. They're 2 completely different things. Battles, you have to win the adventure, which you could easily do this if you want to expedite this. Though the monthlies, are considered adventures, right? You can actually just, when you're done with the monthly, that's 70 right there. So just so you guys are aware of it. So that's the quickest way to do that. And then you have the Path of Champions one here. Defeat Lissandra with Viego. You're going to get a vault, which again is just champion fragments. Has nothing to do with the Nova Crystals. And then this one is part of 5, which is Summon Encroaching Mist. And this one gives you that same Stardust. That's what it's called. Oh my god. I was like, let me click on something that tells me what the hell it is. So this should go up to 2. When Adventures in Path of Champions, that should go up to 2. This should go up to 17. Oh my god, I had to whip out Yeet. I had Ash and Nami bite the dust. So there we go. I think I saw someone posting about that. Like, yo, why is this round 1? It's definitely a decently difficult fight. Well, for most of us, it's not that the fights are hard. It's just like you don't want to use your best early, because the fights get crazy later on. So let's see if that counted. Looks like it did. See, only 1 battle. This is 2, 3. One was 16. Now it's 17. So as I said, it'd be really good to do the monthly challenge to get that resources, definitely get the gold regularly. But what do you guys think? I really honestly think that they need to change it and make it that you can easily access Nova crystals or whatever the hell they call it. Yes, it is a taka. It's a way, when you make multiple different currencies, it's just to confuse you 100%. So you don't know what the hell you're buying. You think you need one thing, you bought the wrong thing, and then you got it. It's like, okay, I guess I needed that anyway. What do you guys think of the system? I do think that they need to have a way to make guarantee, because you guys know me. The thing that I want the absolute most right now, it's not a secret, I'm not hiding it. I want Vex. I want to max out Vex as quick as possible. I'm not spending any wild fragments or anything. I don't care if someone else does it before me. I'm about to get explosive thing. I have the 10. I just need wild fragments, so I can't spend it on anything else. So it really sucks is because I can't invest into Viego, even though Viego, I have a couple weeks to do that. I have to, if I want Vex, if I want to have fun with the character, not what they are forcing me to do, I have to wait even longer to do that. I'll probably be doing Viego like almost nearest the end, and that's gonna be the reality for a lot of people, because to rush to do that and the only reward that I honestly get is a vault, which could then give me nothing else. I could say I could do the sacrifice of investing into a little bit into Viego and hoping that chest gives me a Vex stuff, but it obviously can't, or I don't know if it does. No, it's just here, and then we go right to the head, boom, and then we're done. I need 160 plus a Nova Crystal in order to get everything that I want. So it's just it's a large uphill climb, and the crazy part is that even if I got 160 fragments, there's no guarantee I will ever get the Bandle City Nova Crystal. And to me, ladies and gentlemen, that is absolutely grotesque. RNG progression is something that I've been against the entirety of since they started putting RNG into games. It is the worst. Count on it. It is the worst way to do progression in the game. It robs the person investing time. It makes it that it's pointless. It makes it that it doesn't matter how much time you spend. 5 minutes, you can get it really quickly. Even if you spend money, if there's no guaranteed way to get it, I actually prefer that. People don't like pay to win. I actually prefer it. At least you pay for what you get for. And yeah, RNG progression is absolutely the worst thing in the world. It is the worst. Not the worst thing in the world, but it's the worst thing in gaming. It is the worst thing in gaming. I was like, the world is kind of crazy. But yeah, it's the worst thing in gaming. You are not rewarded properly for your time that you invested into the game. Even if this is win more, a lot of these things are completely not, you don't need them to win. But if, as far as completionists, you want to complete this, you want to have your collection done. I'm playing Hades and Poke Rogue on a completely different thing. There is a level to I can actually finish that. I can get everything that the game has to offer by just playing the hell out of it. And it's really sad that Runeterra is not going down that route, just to monetize certain things. They don't even have to monetize it to that degree, but they decided to do it anyway. Anywho, that's going to be it for me. I know I talk a lot. Hopefully you guys, we can have a nice discussion about this. How do you guys feel about the monthlies, the weeklies? We still have to and remember, some of those other things that I showed you are temporary. Like, they have to reinstate them in different quests, different things every month or whatever their schedule is, in order for it to be like, oh, don't worry guys, you'll be getting a Nova Crystal every 2 months or something like that. They always redo this quest. Right now we have nothing like that. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.